Hello all. I wanted to show you how the movie organizing is going. So here we have what I consider classic movies. These are like 20s through 60s probably. I know 60s are technically not part of the classic Hollywood era, so I'm going to eventually move those out, but as of right now, I don't have a lot of 60s. That's why I haven't done that top 10 60s tag. So anyway, for now I'm going like 20s through 60s, basically. I don't think I have anything earlier than that. These are just in alphabetical order, as you see here. And then it continues here. Cuts off at A Place in the Sun, and then it continues back here. I have another one that goes from Rear Window to You Can't Take It With You. Jimmy Stewart to Jimmy Stewart. Interesting. I do have some other classics lying around, and as you can see, I'll probably need some more space for those. So I put a fourth one back here, just kind of as a placeholder. And these, if you recall, hold about 25 each. So that would be 100 classic movies if I completed all four of these. So that would be kind of cool. I also have these clear containers I got at Target. They have 2 drawers each. They are meant for organizing refrigerators, I believe, but I discovered they are the exact width of DVDs. So this row is kind of facing backwards, so to speak, so that I can see the titles through the side. And then these are, right side, so that I can see the titles on that side. But anyway, these hold about 20 each. They hold about 21 each, but I do 20 so that I have room to, move them around. Sadly, these are movies I need to watch. And this isn't even all of my unwatched that I own. Why do I blind buy so much? I don't know. I mean, it makes sense if they go with my collections, like these Diane Wiest ones. But anyhow, these hold a total of around 80. So these are 80 unwatched movies that I want to watch soon. So I thought it kind of was nice here on this shelf. This shelf I got at Walmart for like $40. And it's a bookcase, little mini bookcase. But unfortunately, it goes a little too far back for DVDs, in my opinion. There's not quite enough depth to do 2 rows, but what I went ahead and did was put, one of my lovely black containers there. So this is fantasy and sci-fi. I've noticed some overlap between the two, so I went ahead and put them together. I've also noticed in bookstores and things like that, they do couple them together in the literary genres, so I figured, why not? So this is the first one, and then down here it continues alphabetically. So here I have The Matrix, the original trilogy anyhow, and that revisited disc that came with the first one. And then I have the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I need to get those to the point where they're all in the same format so they go together a little better. I have some that are tall boxes, some that are short, Blu-ray size, and I need to get those matching because it bugs me. But anyhow, here's this Hydra that I got at a toy store that we frequent. My husband's a toy collector, so we go to a lot of stores that have both physical media and toys to hunt. And our daughter has started collecting Funko Pops, so all 3 of us get to do our hunting together. And then down here, these are my Rob Reiner films. These are movies he directed or a couple that he was just in, like Sleepless in Seattle. And I believe All in the Family Season 1 is in there. And then this is The 2,000-Year-Old Man, which is Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks. I just kind of said it there. So you may be asking, why are your Rob Reiner movies, of all things, down there on the bottom? Well, I had them up here initially. As you can see, I still have my Annie Wilkes magnet there where they used to go. I was kind of obsessing. It kind of felt like I had a shrine or something. and I just kind of want to do an out of sight, out of mind type thing for a while. So anyhow, I have reorganized my Brody collection. As you can see, up there I have VHS. Then over here I have the Blu-rays with the blue tops. Then I have Blu-rays with slip covers. Let me zoom in a bit. This room is chaos. So anyhow, this is the Brody Blu-rays with the blue tops. Then the slipcover Blu-rays. Then there's a couple of random steelbooks in there. Clean King Kong and the Pianist. There. Clean King Kong and the Pianist are steelbooks. We have 6 Criterion editions. Sadly, that's all there is for Adrien at the moment. And then for the VHSs, I have Angels in the Outfield in that old Disney clamshell. Love that. Then we have Home at Last, which was his first movie, kind of a after-school special type thing. It's only an hour long, 1988. So technically he was a child star. We have Liberty Heights and The Pianist and 6 Ways to Sunday and Solo. The 4 of those are screeners. As you can see from The Pianist, that is a for your consideration one for the Oscars, and it has the categories and stuff on the back. And then Restaurant is just a regular VHS. And then on the end here we have Summer of Sam and The Undertaker's Wedding, which I've had for a while now. Down here we have the DVDs. These are in alphabetical order now. I once had them in chronological, but I was driving myself crazy with that. Like, oh, did I put that back in the right spot? Blah, blah, blah. So I was stressing myself out too much. So they're just in alphabetical now. And there I see a rhinoceros. If you've seen Midnight in Paris, you get that joke. Or if you've seen the memes, it's a very memeable moment. Down here I have kind of the strays, as I like to call them, of my Brody collection. Back there you see there's a King Kong. It was a Walmart exclusive. It has the movie, and then back there is a book that comes with it. I will probably be opening that. I wanted to keep it sealed, you know, collectors be collecting. But I am really curious. And over here we have part of my Diane Wiest collection. Largely the ones I haven't seen are in other locations, so that I can get to that. Those clear drawers I showed you, there's quite a few Diane Wiests in there. And then down here we have my Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. I won't go lower than that because this is just chaos down here. And right here we have various collector things. I have a Fredo Corleone Funko Pop, because of course I do. Back there, yes, that is an Adrien Brody action figure. I will include some still photos of it in here. I did an unboxing, so to speak, on my other channel if you're interested. But it is a Royce figure from Predators. Then we have Gandalf on Gore here, Funko Pop, Pluto Funko Pop. Yes, I'm a big Pluto fan. My husband got me this little on-air sign, which is pretty cute. Back there is Scary Teddy. He is also a popcorn bucket from Disney. I believe he's from California Adventure. Then you can see some horns there. That is the Darkness from Legend. I had him on another shelf and he was kind of freaking me out, to be honest. So I kind of hid him up there, scared myself. I actually haven't watched Legend yet, but once I do, I'll probably be more comfortable to move him. This is Oogie Boogie. I'm not really sure what this is. I don't know, but I thought he was cool, so I got him at a used media store. So anyhow, that's the Brody Etc. shelf. The posters I haven't changed in quite a while. We have French Dispatch, Cadillac Records, Hollywoodland, and Midnight in Paris. So I had a plan for the other wall. Pan over here. If you are familiar with my old channel, you will know this background. I used to film in front of that. This is my softbox. And this is my mic stand that I use on occasion. So anyhow, I was telling my husband, he was talking about moving this desk, this down here out. And I said, oh, that would be cool because then I could get a media shelf for this lovely bit of real estate here. I found one on Amazon that would actually be a great fit, and it holds something like 440 DVDs approximately. So that would help me a lot, I would say, with the organization process. So I may be doing that. And if I do, I may start recording for this channel facing that wall, facing that shelf. And then, you know, the Brody channel with the Brody background. Makes sense, right? And then, oh, this is just an old ring light that I use. When you see that purple fill, like on the side of my face, that's where that's coming from. This is the table where I put the DVDs and stuff for the various categories that I'm going to be picking up and showing. Fascinating. I will put in some still photos of some progress I've made organizing in another room. Right under our TV, there's a cabinet. And I'm putting certain categories of movies in there, largely Disney animated or other family-friendly animations. So they're more readily accessible for our daughter to pick something she wants to watch. I also have some box sets out there. I also have TV out there and music. So I'll show you some of those photos. So I decided to do those categories out there because I didn't want to waste all that space. Now down here I have a bag of recent purchases. I believe I've shown you all of those, but I haven't quite categorized those yet, so I just kind of tossed the bag into this cubby. I'm afraid this cubby's going to be a little too easy for me. It's going to become a catch-all, but at the moment I kind of need some catch-alls to help me out here. Now, oh, I also I've started putting these things together. These 4 film favorites you'll see on shelves if you go to media stores a lot like I do. Those are just sort of there. I have Batman. Those are the first 4 Batman movies, the Tim Burton ones, and then the 2 after. Stanley Kubrick, Martin Scorsese. These are those, 4 movies that randomly are put together kind of things. And then this is the Hijacked at Sea I showed in an unboxing video once. It just has really random Hijacked at Sea movies. This is a Highlander set. There's 5 movies. I didn't know they made 5 Highlander movies, but here we are. Hot Shots Part 2. Probably butchered that duo, sorry. We have Parenthood and House Sitter. I used to have the Parenthood House Sitter one over on the Diane Weiss shelf, but then I found a special edition of Parenthood that I put there instead. Then we have Richard Pryor, triple feature. This is 2 of his films with Gene Wilder and then The Toy. And then we have Never Been Kissed and Uptown Girls, John Singleton 4-movie collection. And then we have The Firm and Vanilla Sky, Signs in the Village, Soul Food Waiting to Exhale. A couple of them fell over there. Okay, so then we have the Tremors collection. I believe there's 5 movies. And then this one is 12 Monkeys, Mercury Rising, and The Jackal. And then this is just 10 war movies. These are old school. There's some Gary Cooper in there. There's To Hell and Back, the Audie Murphy story that he stars in as himself. So yeah, I thought those were pretty cool. I might actually move these over to my classic case. I'm not sure. That's that. Those, multi-movie set kind of things. As I said, in the other room, I have the larger box sets on those shelves, so I will show you some pictures of those. Oh, and then I have a figure of the fawn from Pan's Labyrinth and E.T. and Elliot. I can put in some stills of those too if you're curious. So that is kind of all there is to show you at this point. So thanks for being here. Thanks for caring about any of this. And I will hopefully see you again. Take care. Happy collecting and, happy organizing.